Australian Open Live. We tell stories, and our story is tennis, and it's all about Wimbledon 2023. And now we're going to dip into the ladies singles seeds. We're going to be talking about running through the top 32 seeds, and we're going to start at the bottom and work our way up. So if you're a fan of WTA tennis and ladies tennis, stick around, because we're going to be right back after this break and tell you exactly who was announced on Monday the 26th of June 2023 as the top 32 seeds, and we'll start off with the bottom half of the 32 seeds right after this. To the ladies singles draw, and we're just going to run through the bottom half of the top 32 seeds at Wimbledon. So well, there's no point mucking around. Let's have a look and see who was announced last week as the 32nd seed, squeaking into the top 32. It is Marie Buzkova from Czech Republic, and a bit of a surprise, the 31st seed coming from Egypt, Maya Sherif. Now, isn't that interesting? The Arab countries around the Middle East, Ons Jabeur was a finalist last year. I'm pretty sure she lost, or was it the Australian Open she lost? At any rate, the Arabian players, particularly the women, really giving a good account of themselves, considering where they're coming from. Tunisia and Morocco often throw up very good men's players, don't they? So it's nice to see an Egyptian in there in the top 32, the 31st seed, Maya Sherif. And at number 30, the 30th seed from Croatia. Geez, they've got a lot of good sports people over there, haven't they? Petra Martic from Romania. Good to see the Romanians giving them a good account of themselves. The 29th seed, Irina Camelia Begu. Next, Elise Mertens, very familiar. She should be very familiar to tennis fans. The Belgian, the 28th seed. We've seen a lot of her over the past few years. And at the 27th seed from the US. And have you noticed, like I have, that the US is making a bit of an understated comeback in tennis circles of late? And Bernarda Pera from the US. Now, that's a name that I don't recognise. If anyone's got any info on her, share what you know. Have you been hearing anything about this lady as she readies herself for round 1 of Wimbledon, starting on Monday, the 3rd of July in SW19. The 26th seed, a Ukrainian. Well done, you, Miss Anhelina Kalina from the Ukraine, and here's a familiar name to many of us from the US. Madison Keys will be the 25th seed this year at Wimbledon. And immediately preceding her as the 24th seed is one of the Chinese girls, Zheng Qinwen. And there is a few Chinese players on the circuit that are doing quite well and getting into the top 100, the top 200. Saw one of the Chinese girls a couple of years ago doing the rounds at the Chiralgan qualifier. She played very well, but ultimately lost out to a Croatian, I think it was, from memory. The 23rd seed, she's from Poland, Magda Linette, the 23rd seed. And then we have the Russians making an appearance. And I think this year, that last year, of course, we'll remember that they weren't welcome at Wimbledon because of what's going on in Europe, and we all know what's going on there, so there's no need to rehash any of that. And the Russians and the Belarusians were allowed to play, I think it was at the US Open last year. They were allowed back into professional tennis circles. And also at the Australian Open, they weren't welcome in Australia, and they played as neutrals. But this year, Wimbledon has said, well, you can compete under the name of your country, and the 22nd seed is doing exactly that. Anastasia Potapova and Ekaterina Alexandrova. She's the 21st seed. At number 20, the 20th seed is from Croatia, also Donna Vekic, and Victoria Azarenka from Belarus. Now, she's the 19th seed, and she has been around the traps for quite some years, hasn't she? And a Grand Slam winner, I'm pretty sure, as is Karolina Pliskova. Has she won a Grand Slam? I can't remember. I should know these things off the top of my head. Karolina from the Czech Republic, the 18th seed. And here's another familiar name that we'll finish off this live stream with, Jelena Ostapenko from Latvia. So isn't that some juicy matches ahead should any of those seeds make it through to the second week? We've got players from Latvia, Belarus, Russia, Poland, the US, Ukraine. My goodness, what a mix of players. And I hope, and I'm sure you also hope, that as far as crowds go and all the rest of it, that the players, people just want to see, we know for sure, we've covered this in the past on this Australian Open Live, people just want to see good tennis, and pretty much the majority of tennis fans just want to see these guys and these girls just go about their business and get the job done. So speaking of get the job done, we've done our best today to get our job done, and we've certainly powered through a fair bit of information today, and we hope you've enjoyed it. We're trying to switch up the presentation of content, the way we go about doing things on this Australian Open Live. So not everything's gone according to plan this afternoon, and unfortunately our commentary that we wanted to record over the top of the broadcast commentary, unfortunately the technology just stood in our way, and some of our best work went unrecorded as we were commentating and just giving some insights into the players as they went through the second set match in the first round. That was Yuri Mazareka playing the Korean, Han, the British player, coming out on top, and played very well considering she's ranked 240 something in the world, and the Korean would have been expecting to win that match, and unfortunately she went down in straight sets. She was just a little bit off balance as she was going for some shots. Not sure if she had a muscle issue or an ankle issue or a knee issue, but the main issue was she couldn't break the rhythm of a very well performed British player, Yuri Mazareki. So we'll finish up there and look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. We've got a lot lot of content to get through tomorrow. We're going to look over the second round matches. The men's will come up first. We've got a great match selected there between the Frenchman and the Brazilian, and we'll wind up in the afternoon looking at the WTA players, the ladies qualifying singles, and then we'll wrap it all up with a separate presentation in the same day, looking at who's got through qualifying into the main draw and what their first round looks like. And another separate presentation and episode, we'll be looking at the wild cards, and you'll forgive us for focusing on the Australians. We're a bit biased in that regards, but don't worry, we'll also cover off all of them because we're interested in all wild card entries. That's kind of our niche, that's kind of our shtick. And we'll also be hoping to take our newfound, not so quite smooth running skill set through the first and second week of Wimbledon. We'll see if we can cover some matches because the live streaming allows us to be innovative, adaptable, flexible, and highly reactive to what's going on, because we know that our content is hitting the mark with our audience, and the live stream is one way of growing that audience. So please, if you could please, if you're not able to stay for very long, that's okay. You can drop in again later on and watch the replay in full or in part, but drop us a like, drop us a comment, join the conversation, because without your feedback, we can't give you exactly what you want. So for the moment, you've been listening to The Bloke Who Walks, and you've been enjoying the presentations today from this Australian Open live, produced by Wise Words Media, live in Melbourne. It's a very bitter winter's afternoon with 11.6 degrees, and the Poms will be waking up this morning. If we just refresh the screen, it's just gone 8 o'clock in the morning at the All England Lawn Tennis and Croquet Club at SW19. It's a balmy 17 degrees, the humidity at 89, and they're going to have a top for their Sunday of 22 degrees. So we'll wrap it up there, and thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and we'll chat to you very soon tomorrow, Sunday the 2nd of July, sometime early tomorrow morning. So bye for now.